Hi all, welcome to this session of Class 9 Mathematics, and I'm Anu and you're watching me for MathSchool.1. Lines and angles is the chapter we are seeing these days, and today we are continuing with some extra problems based on a linear pair of angles. That's what we saw in the last class. So I hope you would be able to, by now you'll be able to solve some problems regarding linear pair of angles. We'll just do some more examples on the same concept and then we'll move on to the next concept. Okay, so let's start with sums on linear pair of angles. So now the sum we have for today is, see, we have a diagram here. So it's a line AOB, OB, or we can say OB ray and OA ray opposite to it, and there are two rays falling on this line, that is OP and OQ. What is it actually, the thing, if you see in the diagram, these two angles are same, isn't it? So we have OQ as the bisector of angle AOP. So this is what we infer from the diagram. So we need to take some information from the diagram itself so that we'll be able to solve the problem more easily. So this is the bisector, OQ is the bisector of angle AOP. So that is what is given here. So OQ is the bisector of angle AOP. So angle AOP is equal to x plus x, that is 2x. So we have 2x here, and angle BOP is equal to 64. It is given BOP is equal to 64. Now what we need to find is angle BOQ, that is BOQ. So for finding BOQ, we have 64 here and we have an extra angle x here, isn't it? So these two are adjacent angles. See, remember, adjacent angles are different from linear pair. No doubt linear pair is also called adjacent angle, but 64 and x are adjacent angles, but they don't form a linear pair because 64 and x, they don't fall on the same line, isn't it? See, this is OB 64, that is this angle is made on the line AOB, whereas this x is made with OP and OQ. So they are adjacent to each other, but they don't form linear pair. Okay. Now consider the next angle x. Now this x and 64, all the three, they are linear pair. They form a linear pair, and there are three angles in the linear pair, and they are adjacent angles too. And what do? They add up to 180 degrees. Now do you understand? Because they all fall on the same line now. When we take throughout, the whole line, x and 64 add up to 180 degrees, and they are adjacent angles too. But in case of this x and 64, these two angles, they don't form a linear pair. Okay, so that is what we need to find. X plus 64 we need to find. For that we need to know the angle x. So that is easy, because I said x plus 64 will be 180 degrees, isn't it? Because they all form on the same line, fall on the same line. So 2x plus 64 is equal to 180 degrees, or 2x is equal to 180 minus 64, which is 116. Therefore x is equal to 116 divided by 2, which gives you 58. So x is equal to how much? It is 58 degrees. So we have found the angle x is clear, isn't it? So 58 degree, angle x is 58 degree. And now the angle BOQ is obviously 58 plus 64. So the angle BOQ is equal to 58 plus 64 is 122 degrees. So we have found BOQ to be 122 degrees. So this x is 58 and BOQ is 122 degrees. So we have got BOQ. Now what the second question is, the reflex of angle AOQ. What is the AOQ? This is AOQ, and that is 58 degrees. And how do we find the reflex of angle AOQ? So we have studied what do we mean by reflex angle in the very beginning. reflex angle means it is it is angle which is greater than 180 degree but it is less than 360 degrees, isn't it? So what we need to find from 58, if we need to find the reflex, we have to subtract it from 360 degrees. Okay, so that is the reflex angle of 58 degrees. The rest of the angle, a complete angle is 360 degrees. So once you are given with 58 degrees, so the rest of the angle you need to find, that forms the reflex angle. So it gives you 302, isn't it? So this is your reflex angle for AOQ, that is 302 degrees. Do you understand? So this is a question based on linear pair and sum of angles in a line is 180 degrees. So you apply all those things and you get the answer. Now the second one is the same. See, you have x plus 10 here, x here and x plus 20 here. Now how it is? The same. See, in the same line AOB, there are two rays OP and OQ and they form three angles adjacent to each other. But they all fall on the same line. So what do? They add up to 180 degrees. Okay. So just add them. X plus 10 plus x plus 20 is equal to, see, x plus x is 3x plus 30. So all these angles add up to 180 degrees, we know. So that is 180 degrees. So therefore 3x is equal to 150, or x is equal to 150 divided by 3 is 15. So x is equal to 50 degrees. Now what are the other two angles? We have found the angle POQ. So POQ is 50 degrees, we know. Now what are the other angles? 50 plus 20, this is 70, and 50 plus 10, this is 60. That's it. So we have found out easily, isn't it? So this is how we analyze. Look for a straight line. Look for a straight line and see what are the angles formed there, and then you will be able to get the answers very easily by just adding them and equating them to 180 degrees. Do you understand? So this is how you do, and do try it yourself. See, I have given you 3 problems here. You can just note it down. These 3 problems, you just try it yourself and get the answers. Okay, so just note it down. So just note down all the 3 problems. You can just stop my video there and you can pause my video and just copy the sums and try it yourself. Okay, see you all the best. Now we'll see some more problems. So this is all about linear pair of angles made in a straight line which add up to 180 degrees, we have seen here. So once you find a straight line, the rest is magic. You'll easily get the answers. Now the second concept, the next concept we are going to see about in lines and angles is vertically opposite angles. So what are vertically opposite angles? So if you don't remember, then please look at the problem. See, this is a straight line here. Okay, we have a line here and there are other 2 lines intersecting the same line. So there are 3 concurrent lines. So what do you mean by concurrent lines? All the 3 lines have a common point. Okay, they meet at a common point. So we call it as O. So there are 3 lines. We just name the lines A, B, C, D, P and Q. So give some names to the lines and we are given with, see, this is 5y, this is 2y and this is also 5y. Okay, so we are given with angles, but the angles are not known here. They are given in terms of variables. Okay, so now how do we solve the problem? Just, I said, you just look in for a straight line so that you get a linear pair or the angles add up to 180 degrees, I told you, isn't it? So for that you just see the straight line here. See, this is A, O, B, the line here, and what are the angles? You have 5y, you have 2y, you have, and this angle is not known here, isn't it? Here now this is where we apply the concept of vertically opposite angles. What do you mean by vertically opposite angles? It's just like this. Two lines intersect each other at a common point. So if you have an angle here, see there are 4 angles formed, isn't it? So this angle will be equal to vertically opposite angle. Likewise, this angle will be equal to vertically opposite angle. So let me name this as 1, 1 and this is 2, 2 so that you will be able to understand. So these are called the vertically opposite angles and they are always equal in intersecting lines. Do you understand? So likewise, see if I have phi y here, this angle has to be phi y, isn't it? So this is also phi y. Okay. So now on the line AOB we have phi y and 2y. All these angles, when I add the sum, becomes 180 degrees. So it's that simple. So I just add them. Phi y plus 2y is equal to 180 degrees. So what is it? 10, 12y is equal to 180 degrees. And y is equal to 180 divided by 12. That's nothing but 15 degrees. So y is equal to 15. Now we'll start finding the angles, individual angles. See, if this is phi y, then what is the angle there? 5 into 15, this is 75, and this is also 75, and 2 into 5, this is 30. Now let us check if it comes to 180 degree. 75 plus 75 is 150, 150 plus 30 becomes 180, isn't it? So it's just right. What we have found is right. Now this is, if this is 75, this is also 75 because vertically opposite angle. Now see this is 75. Now vertically opposite, this is also 75 because these two are vertically opposite angles, so they have to be equal. And these two, if this is 2y, then this is 30 degrees. 30 plus 75 plus 75, again it gives you 180 degrees. Do you understand? So this is how we find angles. When lines intersect each other, when concurrent lines are there, then they form angles between them around the common point, and we have their vertically opposite angles are equal. And on the line, when you take a line, when you spot out a line, see for the angles there, and the angle, the sum of all angles is 180 degree on a line. So that's it, you get the answers very quickly. Okay. Now the next one. So the next problem, the next thing we are going to see is, the next problem we are going to see is, the next one is, so you have two lines, two intersecting lines as before. We have 2C here, it is 4C here, it is A here, and there is a split here. This is B and this is 45 degrees. Let's take it as 45 degrees. Okay. So this is 45 degrees. It is given here. So you need to find the values of A, B and C. Okay. Now let's start doing this. See, looking for a straight line, I told you, see for the straight line, because on a line the sum of angles is 180 degrees, isn't it? So you just see, you can have, let me name this A, B, C, D and this is P. Okay. Now let me take, if I take 2C and A, those two are two different angles. Okay. So if I add them, 2C plus A is equal to 180 degrees, it becomes an equation, and you need another equation to solve those two angles. So you just see for similar angles first. Okay. So let us take the angle, line AB, so that you have 4C and 2C, so it will be easier for you. So 4C plus 2C is equal to 180 degrees, or 6C is equal to 180, or C is equal to 30 degrees, isn't it? 180 divided by 6 is 30 degrees. So C is 30 degrees. So this becomes 60 degree and this is 120 degree. Okay. Now these two angles, now we can see from this, 4C and A are vertically opposite angles, right? 4C and A are vertically opposite angles. So A is equal to 120 degrees. So you have got 120 degrees, this to be 120 degrees too. Okay. Now you have a split here, 45 plus B, but anyway 2C and 45 plus B are equal because they are vertically opposite angles, isn't it? So 2C is equal to 45 plus B. What is 2C? 2C is equal to 30. 2C is equal to 60. 45 plus B. Therefore, B is equal to 60 minus 45. You have 15 here. So that is equal to 15. B is equal to 15 degrees. Now you see, this is 60, this is 60 equally. 45 plus 15 is 60 and this is 60. Because they are vertically opposite angles, they have to be equal, isn't it? So we have got the angles A, B and C also. So now do you understand what are vertically opposite angles? And vertically opposite angles are always equal. Vertically opposite angles are formed by intersecting lines. You can have as many intersecting lines you can have, and they are called concurrent lines. Concurrent lines are lines which have a common meeting point. They meet at a single point. Okay, do you understand? So this is what we have done till now. So let me explain you another example so it will be more clear to you. So the next one is, see, you have a line here and you have another line intersecting this. Okay, you have a common point here O, and the angles are, this is 5x, this is 3x and this is 2x. As before I told you, concurrent lines form angles between them. So we have angles here, but the angle, the value of angles is not known here, isn't it? So how do we do? Like the previous first example we saw in the vertically opposite angles. The vertically opposite angles, this, if this is 2x, this has also to be 2x, and if this is 5x, this also to be 5x, and if this is 3x, because these two angles are vertically opposite, these two angles are vertically opposite, and these two angles are vertically opposite. Okay, just remember, vertically opposite angles are equal. Now you just follow the line, straight line. See the straight line here, let us name it as AB, CD and EF. Now this, on the line AB you have 3x, 2x and 5x, isn't it? So when you spot a straight line, it becomes very easy for you to identify the angles in them, and then it will be very simpler for you to solve. See, 3x plus 2x plus 5x is equal to 180 degrees. So 5x plus 5x becomes 10x is equal to 180, or x is equal to 180 by 10, which is equal to 18 degrees. Okay, 18 degrees. So x is equal to 18 degrees. We have got, just substitute in all the angles, all the values. Will be having 3 into 18 is 54 degrees, 2 into x is 36 degrees, 5 into 18 is 90 degrees, right? Yeah, 5 into 18 is 40, yes, 90 degrees. 3 into 18, 18 into 3, yes, 54 degrees, yes, right. You have, this is 90 degree and this is 90 degree. See, by seeing the diagram, you will be able to identify, so this is perpendicular, these two lines are perpendicular, so this is 90 degrees, and we have got 90 degrees theoretically also. So 90 plus 36 plus 54 add up to 180 degrees, and this is 90 degree, and 54 plus 36, this is also 90 degrees. Okay, so since this is 3x, see, this is 54 vertically opposite angle, this is also 54 and 3x. If this is 36, this is also 36 vertically opposite. If this is 90 and this is also 90, vertically opposite angles. Do you understand? So that is how we analyze angles in concurrent lines, formed in concurrent lines, and we say vertically opposite angles are equal, and then we see for a line, and then make the angle, sum of angles to be 180 degree, and then you solve the unknown. So it's very easy for you. Okay. Because you can have some more problems for yourself. to try. See these two examples. You have Z here, you have Y here, you have X here, and you have U here. See, U is equal to 25 degrees and you need to find the values of X, Y and Z. So this is also simple. Just follow the straight line. See for a straight line, and then you just add both the angles to get 180 degrees, and then you will be getting the rest of the angles by applying vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, the next one is a similar one. See, you have three concurrent lines which meet at a point. Okay, so this is 40 degrees, point O, this is 35 degrees. Okay, so if this is 40 degrees and if this is 30 degrees, 35 degrees, so you need to find the rest of the angles. Okay, so like previous examples, you can mark the vertically opposite angles first, then spot a line, then find out the value of the unknown angle. Okay, just try it yourself. Try both these the sums for yourself so that it will be a revision for you, so that the next class we'll move on to the next concept. Okay, so we have done today some problems on linear pair and vertically opposite angle. I hope you had understood the concept of both the linear pair of angles and the vertically opposite angles. So in the coming class we will move on to the next concept, and do keep practicing more and more problems so that you get used to all those concepts we are studying. Okay, until then it's bye from Anu. Thank you.